I've done more than 4,000 twin flame and love related readings since 2019. And here are the top things that work to manifest union versus the ones that do not work. Number one is, can you manifest and attract union into your life if you pretend that you don't need it and you detach? The answer is yes, of course, it's possible to manifest union even if you're in a state of suppressing that desire and pushing it down. However, this comes up with a very tricky situation, because even if you're able to get into a situation where you're manifesting love and connection while suppressing that desire and while pretending it isn't there, you haven't actually gone through the process of learning to communicate your feelings and advocate for your emotional needs. And so union doesn't just end with when you get the physical relationship, but union continues on and on and on through a lot of communication, through being in tune with your feelings, through being in tune with your twin flames feeling. And so if you enter into your union in a state of suppression, you will still come up against triggers and issues within that union. It won't be the feel-good union that you're really desiring, because what we're really saying that we want when we're wanting to manifest union is we're wanting a feel-good, loving, romantic relationship that truly sees us, truly supports us, and we are truly cherished and our emotional needs are met. And so you can never enter truly into union if you're still in a state of suppression, if you're still pretending that you don't want them, you don't want their attention, you are just doing everything to detach. Number two is actually where I see so many divine feminines being really caught up on this journey of being in a spiritual healing trap. You constantly feel like there's something wrong with you, like you have to keep healing, like no matter how much healing work that you do, you still feel triggered, you still feel insecure, and you still feel like there's something to fix. And that is because healing never necessarily ends. And even if you get into union from doing that incessant healing, that incessant self-fixing, it actually often, more than not, is a self-hatred energy. So stay with me here, because it's a bit mind-boggling, right? Because you think that you're doing all of this inner child healing from the energy of self-love because you love yourself, but oftentimes what I've seen in doing so many readings and working with so many women on this journey, and after working with so many women on this journey, oftentimes I see this pattern where we're just in this energy trying to fix ourselves, trying to be good enough. The connection is manifesting something that feels bad. It must be something that's reflecting from within. When in reality, it's not even about simply changing yourself to get the outside to be perfect. The outside will never be perfect, because your twin flame is also their own soul with their own path, their own free will. Don't fall into the illusion that you can just perfectly control their behavior or their responses just by doing inner child healing or inner child work. You really want to focus on self-love, because the energy of constantly trying to fix yourself is akin to the energy of self-hatred. You want to shift into the energy of self-love and only do healing work when you truly, 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 truly feel like it's for your benefit, because there's a part of you and your inner child that deserves that relief of seeing those feelings attended to. And finally, number three, this is going to be a bit controversial because it's going to go against a lot of the advice that you might have seen on the internet. Number three, is it possible to manifest union by having no communication? So you're basically waiting for a communication or response from that person. I am heavily, heavily, heavily against this, and let me explain why. Because number one, when you're forcing yourself to not communicate or to not reach out, a lot of the times you are actually going against your true desires and what your intuition is actually telling you. There are so many divine feminines that I've worked with where they have not been reaching out and they have not been communicating because they think that that's going to repel that person or scare them away. From my philosophy and the way that I manifested my union with my husband is that I just decided that I was not going to be afraid to communicate. I was not going to be afraid to communicate my desires. Because think about it this way, right? Number one, you want to communicate your desires so that that intention is sent out to the universe at large. You also can't control how that person responds. You can't control the form that the love comes into your life. You can only say the feeling of what you desire and allow the universe to bring it to you, right? Co-creating with your higher self, co-creating with spirit, not being fixed on how it looks or how it comes in. And secondly, let's say that you send that message, and even if that person doesn't reply in the way that you would like or expect. It will help you redefine your desires. It will help you know what you want and need more strongly. If they can't give that to you, that is an opportunity for them to rise to meet you at that level. And I really believe, as the divine feminine, and what I've seen from doing thousands of readings and also being on this journey myself, is that you can never, ever, ever compromise on your self-worth and what you deserve. It's very important to listen to your feelings. This comes down to taking actions, right? Like, you always want to follow your intuition, do what feels intuitively right to you, and also setting boundaries where it is necessary with that person. If they're not able to meet you and rise to the energy of union, which is love, respect, communication, commitment, I almost guarantee that the way that you feel about that and where you naturally want to go next in terms of what your intuition tells you to do is going to give you a clearer path than not communicating. It will at least give you clarity, and based on that clarity, you can choose to move forward so that you're not staying stuck. The final mistake is always just waiting for that person to come into your life or to apologize or to make amends. You never want to put your life on hold for someone else, especially if your intuition is currently telling you that you desire that relationship and you desire that union. For some people, it could be a line that their intuition is telling them to wait, and that is okay if that's what your intuition said. But what I'm specifically speaking to is the group of divine feminines who go against the grain of their intuition and kind of end up in a waiting energy, waiting for this person to change when their intuition, their emotions, their needs are screaming at them that this is not okay, this is not making me happy, this is not fulfilling, and this is what I desire instead. So there's a little bit of nuance there. So if any of this is hitting home with you and you're really resonating with my philosophy and my approach, I would really love for you to take the free Union Block quiz inside my school community, which will help you understand the energy and the nervous system patterns that you've been operating out of, how to shift them and how to heal them to manifest union from that wholeness where you're not suppressing your needs, you're not suppressing your desires, but you're manifesting from an energy of true self-love. You can take the quiz for free at school.com/union. Let me know what results you get, and of course, follow for more.